Hi guys, happy Saturday. So, yeah, some very odd things are happening. The Baphomet statue, you guys can all see it on my public page, and if you're on my public page, you can see it. You can see the video. I did a really short video zooming in on his one eye, and it literally has water coming out of it down his snout, and where he has that little indent and where he crosses his legs or his hooves, there's like water. I don't know. It's just that does not happen in real life. That happens in the movies, not in real life. The only weird experience. This is my only second weird experience. First one was my Shiva statue. It drank milk. That's common. That's very common. But for this thing to cry, I don't know. So it's really, really weird. I don't get why it's crying. I don't understand. It's really strange. So I don't know. Alright, so let's get on with the rest of the La Santisma Muerte tarot cards, and we are at the last one, and this is the Suit of Swords, so very good. Alright, so it's the swords are intellect and center, to be, and air. So so it's the swords are. I'm gonna start talking in tongues, and yeah, that's not gonna be good. I'm out. That starts happening. Alright, the swords represent intellectual energy and rationality. Therefore, all of the aspects that are associated with language, the word, and the world of ideas and knowledge. Even communications and culture are the direct consequences of the actions of this suit. I like it. So, alright, yellow is the color that identifies these cards, while the head is the part of the body that corresponds with this suit. Obviously because of thinking and logic and reasoning and all that good stuff. So, right now we have the ace or the one. So amazing. I mean, look at that. I really want to project into some of these cards, but I don't want to get into something that I don't want to, or yeah, the Baphomet statue has really got me a little, on edge. Alright, so the Ace of Swords represents a strong conquest, force, a genuine intelligence that is penetrating and aggressive. Oh, wow. A very dynamic card that is aligned with high ideals, but for this reason could easily become sinister, bringing on excesses, violence, and extreme behavior. So that's not good. Not good at all. Right, so the advice of the dead. Evaluate and choose carefully the direction in which you wish to channel your abundant intellectual and subconscious energies. Good thoughts, just good thoughts. You guys hear that? Okay, it was a wind chime. When wind chimes chime for no reason, it means that there's spirits present. So I'm getting a little creeped out. Not bad, but just about that much. Alright, so, wow. That's weird. Okay, the Two of Swords. I know all my beautician and cosmetology friends will like this card, obviously. You can see that they're two swords made into scissors. I heard my chicken's feet jingle a couple times last night and this morning upon waking up. So that's very, very, I don't know. Not even going to acknowledge it now. Alright, so the Two of Swords. The moment at hand seems particularly difficult. Something is not working, as if the two blades are working against each other instead of collaborating. So the Two of Swords, therefore, pushes for all confrontation for the attainment of an alliance, which in the end will find a balance capable of inverting and clearly separating the contrasts, the diversities, and will transform them into into points of strength and cooperation. Alright, I like that. I like how it's a transformative energy, so that it gives you a tip on how to actually transform that. Very good. Alright, so advice of the dead. You can put your trust in others only afterwards. Therefore, for now, work to clear things and to reach a point of meeting between the two. Conflictual, ooh, I like that word, conflictual questions. So, trying to balance and work and, yeah, all that good stuff. Three of Swords. This one's kind of different. It's very odd looking. It looks like, I don't know. You guys be the judge of that. Like he's sitting on his head. There we go. Two of Swords. Or, yeah, swords. Different. Wait. I mean 3. Sorry. I just did 2. God. I'm really thinking about that Baphomet statue. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that was a 3. Alright, so 3. New ideas and new strategies that for the most part could work against us. So, stabbing us in the back, causing losses, conflicts, remorse, or distancing. Yeah, still feeling a lot of remorse. So, okay, that's strange. Okay. Alright, only a careful analysis of the various contrasting situations with consequent selection and removal can help the destiny of this card. So, the advice of the dead. Use all of your rational abilities of evaluation and analysis. So as this is the moment to be cautious and prudent in decision making and in facing new activities. So, good card, very good card. Then we have the 4 of Swords. I really like this one too. Well, it's very different. It's almost like he's locking a vampire in there. There goes the chimes again. Huh. Alright, so the 4 of Swords. Alright, so alright, the number 4 is stable and balance. Associated with the swords, it brings us to a timeout. There again. To solitude, isolation, a barrier, a fence, or hermetically sealed container around us that will declarate or ensure we never reach our ideals or realize them. By exploiting this isolation as a period of rest and in-depth searching, the situation can change and be reborn. A good way to get rid of stagnation. So, advice of the dead. Remain calm, wait, and use this moment of stasis to study and think deeply about all that you need for the near future. I hope these ring, like, true to you guys. Alright, now 5. The 5 of Swords. Very interesting. I mean, they look like they're in some kind of a, like, a cave, maybe? Just trying not to get stabbed. So there's the 5. Alright, so a greater inner conflict is afflicting us and makes us feel humiliated. So fleeing or fighting seem to us to be the only ways to deal with the situation. No, that's not the only way to deal with the situation. It will only be through acquire of a new point of view and following the flow of the battle that we will manage to undermine this negative destiny, improving ourselves in an exciting crisis, strengthened and enriched. I like that. Advice of the dead. This is not the moment to oppose what seems to be adverse, but to follow its movements and its flow, exploiting it to your advantage. Alright. Another good one. Ooh, this looks like the boatman. 6 of Swords. That's a really cool card. I love that. Wow. Alright. So the 6. I got my chimes again. Six of Swords. The moment has arrived to distance ourselves, to face change, and to move towards new ideas and solutions. The Six of Swords forces us to change, even orientation, to find new expedients and new solutions in order to avoid easy and predictable solutions that also bring dissatisfaction, stagnation, or instability. Yeah, sure. Alright, so, advice of the dead. Continue to row towards the voyage that you have decided to embark upon, bringing with you the weight of the error, all the errors that you have made, but that have enriched you and made you mature. That's just odd. I mean odd. Now we have the hope and reflection is what's written inside the coffin. So for the 7, if you guys can kind of see that. Different, very different cards. I love these though. I still love them. I can't wait to use them. Alright, so the 7. Let's see, where'd I go? Okay, so we are still in a crisis moment, but having reflected and reasoned, we have managed to open the barrier that kept us isolated and to see new hope born. So the 7 of Swords opens up new roads, new projects, and a renewal, trust through which we overcome debate, gossip, or problems directly connected to fear. Yep. Advice of the dead. Look around you and realize that nothing can block your road anymore. Therefore, preserve, and concentrate all of your energies without sparing yourself. Good card. We have the 8 of Swords, and this looks just like a catastrophic. It's crazy. I don't know what it upside down. I don't know if it's the cosmos or if it's a storm coming. So yeah, that's pretty. I mean, there's a lot of images that I could probably pull from just looking at that. Alright, oopsie-doopsie-doo. Oops. Alright, so what was that? Okay, the 8. Alright, so the quiet before the storm. Oh, God. A balance of opposites destines to be brief and to explode with violence and thunder. The 8 of Swords, with its stability, risks causing frustration by delaying a conflict that needs to be externalized. Therefore, we need to find the way to rationally bring this to the surface without fearing the necessary transformations. Now, advice of the dead. Don't be afraid, even if it's necessary, to reconsider your ideas, the commitments undertaken, or the choices made. So if you are causing a continual internal storm, that is me. I always have a continual inner storm going on, always, every second, and it sucks. So I need to get over it. 9 of Swords. This is crazy. Looks like something Lady Gaga would wear on her head. Actually, she did on the Ellen show. And I want that. I want that orbit thing. I would wear it. I would love to. How cool. Alright. Okay, so with the 9 of Swords, we have the predictions for a possible crisis due to a period of enclosure and isolation. A seclusion, well utilized, however, will enable new wisdom, new light, and new nourishment, which will enable the rebirth of our conscience, and will sustain our will, as well as limiting injuries, waste, ambiguity, and diffidence. I like that card a lot. Advice of the Dead. Act with strength and prudence, ensuring your ideas are well focused and directing all of your strength on these. Alright. The Ten of Swords. Gorgeous. And it's really cool today because I woke up and I scrolled through my Facebook feed like I normally do, just to see, my friends, what they're up to, my local friends, and, everybody else, all of you that are watching around the world. And my very first girlfriend that I ever had, she posted a picture of a little caterpillar, and she couldn't believe that they turned into monarch butterflies. And I thought that was really cool, transformation. So I took that as a sign of transformation for today. And this is the Ten of Swords, a monarch butterfly. Oh, I just thought that was cool. A tiny synchronicity that just made everything really cool. Okay, 10. The chrysalis has closed and the moth is now complete. Evolved and able to hang from a height to have a total and impartial view. So the pain, the problems we have dealt with, the tears have spilt. Oh yeah, they have reached their apex and are transformed. Ready to overcome the situation by grabbing the opportunities that are presented in front of us, and that we are now able to deal with. I like that very much. So, the caterpillar has transformed. Caterpillar has transformed. Advice of the Dead. Sublimate all of the negative events that have passed and make the most of all of the possibilities that are manifesting around you as soon as possible. Alright, now we have the Page of Swords. Amazing little card here. I love what he's doing. I love how he's just sitting there happier than ever. Oh, that's great. Alright, so the Page of Swords. Okay, with perseverance, a spirit of observation and curiosity, the Page of Swords studies and inquires into the situation, accumulating experience in order to be prepared when the situation, which is now tranquil, could change. The Arcana propels us, therefore, towards prudence, waiting, and calculating carefully the various elements in the case of unexpected events or exams. Alright, so the Advice of the Dead. Be prepared by evaluating all of the possible openings or outlets through which the situation could degenerate and vent. I like that too. I'm like, every card I'm like, I love that card. I love this card. That's mine. I love it. Alright, now the Knight. Oh, here he is. Sword Swallower. I love it. Knight of Swords. Love it. Alright. Okay, the Knight. The Knight of Swords is an active arcana, authoritative, and totally the master of himself. Obviously, he is. He's able to overcome both physical limits and those of his thought, ready to fight and to accept any challenge or argument. In taking action, however, he manifests his limits, which are connected to an excessive impetuosity, and if reversed can become inertia, anger, or destructive rebellion. So let's not do that now. Alright, so then Advice of the Dead. Oh, okay, there I am. Okay, be rational and learn to communicate your ideas clearly and sincerely. Undertake your projects in a way that also brings vitality to others. Alright. Queen. Aw, she's sweet. Queen of Swords. Love her. Did I already do the King? No, we have the Queen. Alright. No. Severe and austere. The Queen of Swords personifies an ideal of wisdom, intelligence, brilliance, matured from delusions, pervasions, or from problems that were dealt with and overcome. So on her shoulders rests the heavy weight of these experiences that have nevertheless served as an enrichment, not as a motive for vendetta or wickedness. I like that too. Alright, so advice of the dead. Your experience will enable you to deal with and better manage whatever happens, directing it towards positive and constructive outcomes. I like that, because I'm very sunburned still. Okay, now we have the King of Swords. Did I do the advice of the dead? Yes. Here is the King. It's funny, these flowers are what I put on La Santisma Muerte's altar. I think it's pretty. Well, I don't know what kind of flowers those are. That's what she gets, though. That is what she gets, so something I'm doing right. For once. Right. The King. Okay. Dominion, security, and justice make the King of Swords an imposing figure, shrewd and intelligent. But where there is excessive rationality and methodicalness, whatever, he risks being too cold and severe. We need to therefore remember to keep the heart open in order to maintain a capacity for comprehension and empathy towards others, and to not forget about feelings. Alright, so that's basically saying it's okay to not feel okay. It's okay to voice how you feel. So, there we go. Advice of the dead. So. Ooh. What card am I missing? Okay, see, the advice of the dead. You do not need to deal with an argument directly. One you already know you can win, but rather to redirect your efforts towards more profitable emotional objectives. And that is the rest of the suits. Okay, so now it says the Ouija. Ouija, the Oracle of the Dead. Now, I'm not seeing a card in there. So for this method of reading the cards, which goes into detail and into every aspect of the querent person that you're reading for, wow. We use the entire deck, divide the La Santisima Muerte into 5 parts, keeping the major arcana separate from the minor arcana, which in turn will be divided into subgroups, keeping the suits separate. Oh, okay, so if you guys can see this little tiny picture, it's a Ouija spread. It's a Ouija spread. How cool is that? Alright, I didn't know if it was... yeah. Huh, so this doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not sure why. It's a very complicated looking, really complicated. I don't know if I actually have the Ouija card. Oh, we did go over the Ouija card because somebody, it was, what was it, the Hangman or the Magician that was, doing the cards. Let's see if he is in here anywhere. He should be. Oh, I love these. I just seriously love these little marker cards that you get with your deck. Alright, let's see. I want to find that Ouija card for you guys. And I'm pretty sure... wait. Nope, not the Magician. Not the Fool. Okay, there's the Magician. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Emperor. The Hierophant was the one using the Ouija. There we go. So that's the Ouija card. As you can see that he is using very non-traditional looking. So he is very much using the board. And he is posing in a way as Baphomet does. So I really like that. I think that's pretty cool. But alright guys, so that ends the La Santisima Muerte tarot deck by Fabio Listrani. Thank you, Fabio, for making such an amazing deck of cards. These will, come in handy. I mean, very handy. I mean, who doesn't like this? It's amazing. It's very hard. So it keeps them very safe. The gold, everything she loves. So I really want to pick my statue up, but I don't know if I should. I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this on camera, but this is seriously weird. His eye. You can't really see it on this camera. It literally is like water running down his snout. That's the side it's coming from, that. And then where that crystal is, it's just like puddled. You can see that, the water in there. Or I don't know what it is. And he never gets like anything. I just dust him, and that's it. So, I thought that was pretty different. Very different. I don't know what to think about that. So, I've never had a statue cry before. Very, very odd. I've only seen it in the movies. I only thought something like that could happen in the movies. I don't know. So, it's all over every social media platform that I have. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody else will have an answer for me, because I don't. I should just do some divination and maybe ask. So, alright guys, well, I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will see you tomorrow for Sundays with Satan. Yeah, yesterday's chat was amazing, so I love, you guys have some freaking amazing questions, and it's just crazy great. So, alright guys, I love you all very much. Thank you guys for watching. All my love, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. Weird stuff, so, alright. Yeah. Alright guys. I love you all very much. Thank you guys for watching. I just have a really weird, odd feeling. So I'm gonna cleanse. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow.